Hey folks, I'm Don. This is Rockin' the Country. Hope things are well in your neck of the woods. I'm doing a gift request. Jeff Cather made a gift to the channel for me to do another one of Bri Bagwell's songs. It's been a little bit since I've done one of Bri's, but I decided to see the title Josefina sounded familiar to me. So I said, let me see if I've already done it. But Jeff is pretty thorough with his, background check, so to speak, to see if I've done something. And but anyway, I just put in Bagwell into my search in my document of all the songs I've done, and I started to notice the ratings that I'd given to the songs of Bri's. Now, I love Bri, and I've never met her, but you just get a sense about somebody, and it could be a false sense, it could be whatever. I'm Pollyannish anyway, but I think Bri is the real deal as far as not only an artist goes, but a human being goes. And when a girl's father emails someone who reacted to one of her songs, thanking me and leaving this beautiful information that when a girl has her daddy in her life and that daddy cares and is involved, it just makes life so much better. And I just know not only from life coaching, but just from being 62 years old. I used to run a dance school with my now ex-wife for 20 years. I worked on the customer relations side of it. I saw the connection between good fathers in their lives, good, caring, loving fathers, imperfect, we're all imperfect, in the girls' lives, and the difference it made in who they became as people. So I love that, and that's what I draw my conclusion, feelings, and sense of a person from. But Bri herself also has left beautiful comments, and I just love it when the artists do that. But the ratings, all right, Jeff Cather was the one who introduced us to Bri in the first place. And it was her song Heroes a couple of years ago. And I'd given that one a 9, a rating of a 9. All right, now I'm going to read the other ratings. I did Trenches. I didn't rate that one because it was, a military thing. I did her song Whiskey. I gave that a 9.7. I did Bri's song Cheat on Me. Jacob Herrick's requested that one. I gave that a 9.4. Old Together, that was a 9.0. Paul Eason, who is Bri's significant other. Pretty sure. I don't know if husband or not, but when I did it anyway. And even Paul's song got a 9.1. So even being connected to Bri evidently makes you automatically a good artist. And in that vein, Sarah Hobbs, I did her song Roof Over My Head, and Sarah and Bri are best friends, and they co-wrote a song. That one got a 9.3. Then I did Bri's most recently, I did this one, The Rescue, which was about her dog that rescued her, basically, and I didn't rate that one. I left that one alone. And Jeff said this is the song she uses Rose's Cantina to repay a debt owed. Bri's van broke down on I-10, and Bri got permission to have it towed to Rose's Cantina's back parking lot. When she went back to retrieve her van, Bri tried to give the owner something for her troubles. The owner said, no, maybe use our restaurant in a song someday. Bri never forgets a debt. Coincidentally, it's the same Rose's Cantina from Marty Robbins' hit El Paso. There we have it. It's a lot of background on Bri. Here we go, Josefina. Me gusta mucho.
Everyone knows Josefina, the most beautiful barmaid in town. But you never get a shot of tequila without her husband staring you down. He drinks and he waits in the corner for the woman only he can touch. When he fixes his head, it's to warn her she's talking or smiling too much. Pour me a more Josefina, slip this in his drink and let's go. Meet me at
The setup, Jeff, made me think this was going to be a true story. And maybe it is, but it's not about the van incident or what have you. All right, I get it. She just threw the name in there so just to mention Rosa's Cantina to repay the debt. But this is not about Rosa's Cantina per se. This is a whole nother story. Now I have it. I love the quality of this production and the instrumentation. Now I'm back on track.
She belonged to that nasty old gringo who was never suspecting of me. A woman who knew border lingo, who was willing to smuggle for free. 'Cause drugs aren't a challenge to come by. I had a napkin, a pen, and a plan. I wrote, I see the bruise on your left eye. And tengo dinero, I know a ranchero right across the Rio Grande. Pour me a more Josefina, slip this in his drink and let's go. Meet me at Rosa's Cantina, we'll leave Texas for Mexico. Many a man has found death in a vice, so serve your revenge over ice. And pour him some more Josefina, slip this in his drink and let's go. Meet me at Rosa's Cantina, we'll leave Texas. Oh, we'll leave Texas. Oh, we will leave Texas for Mexico.
That was another trip. It made me think too, my surrogate daughter, Lex, right? She's Mexican. And I mean, she's living up here in New York now, but she went to University of Arkansas, U of A. She's been on the channel before a couple of times. She's kind of quiet on camera, but I've been telling her, get me a hat from Mexico, because I've got Canadian hats. I've got British hat that I bought, but the Canadian hats were sent to me, and USA hats, but I want one from Mexico, and I want her to give it to me so it has special meaning. And she keeps saying she's gonna, but then she goes to Spain or somewhere and forgets. But, Bri, I never thought of Josefina, because anytime we say like Jose, it just makes sense. The J is pronounced in Spanish as an H sound in English. So Josefina, that makes complete sense. But we would say Josefina, or if you're a George Thorogood fan, Josephine. But Bri nailed it. I mean, I don't know if I've said this before. I must have. But her voice at times, the cadence, the pitch, whatever you call it as a vocalist, reminds me so much of Joey Feek. Not all the time, but some of the time. And then, there's an obvious difference because Bri is Bri. She's her own artist. But the production on this is like, I don't know why Bri isn't better known, I mean, and I don't mean that in a negative light. I mean, she's known. So this isn't like an unknown that should be this. But to me, sometimes some artists just have it, period. You can't explain it. It's one of those things that, I mean, you're born with a certain talent, but it's got to be cultivated. And sometimes when somebody cultivates that gift with which they're born, then it can result in somebody like Bri. Even the name. I love Bri cheese, right? I've gotten into cheeses lately. I like Bri, but I've been having this other one, and it's like le fromage, of course, which means cheese in French, but it's so good. I'll have a little bit of it before dinner. And I want to have a lot of bit of it, but even her name reeks of class. So the production in this, though, was so good. Everything was going on at like seemingly the right time. But the storyline behind this was like, all right, the dude's a bad dude. And he stands in the bar to make sure nobody messes with his girlfriend, who's the bartender. Fair enough. I respect that completely. But he's controlling, and I think he beats her. I think there was a line in the song. There's a lot going on in the song, so I may have missed that. But I think I heard it at least tangentially or peripherally. But he was a bad dude. So she's at the bar saying, here, put this in his drink, which will obviously make him pass out in the least case scenario. Maybe kill him in the worst, I don't know. And then they'll go across the border. And what did she say? She speaks border lingo, I think she said. I love that phrase, border lingo. I've never heard that. It makes complete sense that at the border there would be a certain lingo. They might call it Spanglish. When I studied Spanish at Rutgers, I took 12 credits there. And I remember there were, like, sometimes somebody would want to say, like, for just to pick an example, like instead of saying car, they might say carro. And it's like, that's Spanglish, saying car, just basically adding an O to the end of an American word. No, el coche is a car. I don't know, just some people have talent. And I love it. I love being constantly pleasantly surprised. Because even George Jones lets me down once in a while with a song. And I guess if you put out enough songs, it's going to happen that one song just doesn't resonate. It can't with everybody. But, all right, I'm going to rate this song, Jeff. Good choice on this one. Well, the artist, I mean, kind of almost predetermines what's going to happen in the song. It's going to be good. All right, the number that popped into my head was a 9.3. It just, the production in this was so crisp. It's amazing. Like, anytime you've got a song and an artist, like, the key to getting a good song and a good artist isn't necessarily the song. The song itself has to be good, but the producer brings it to life. It's like the conductor to an orchestra. You don't necessarily know what they do, but when you're in the business, you know exactly what they do, and without them, it's like a pit crew. Without a good pit crew in NASCAR, you're going to suck. So you could have a great car, but you're not going to win any races without a good pit crew. Without a good producer, a song doesn't turn out like this. There it goes. All right, guys, I got pretty amped up on that one. And Jeff sent me this shirt, too. So I think you're in Arizona, Jeff. You might be. Now I'm confused. You might be in Oregon. You might be in Arizona. The return address was Arizona on the shirt you sent me, but I've got you connected to Oregon. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was a major plug for Bri Bagwell because I obviously love Bri Bagwell's music. And there you have it. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.